Are you tired of becoming the Grim Reaper of the plant world? Do you bring home a happy, healthy plant only to watch it wither away in fear, as though you are the villain in a horror movie called The Gardener Who Kills Everything? If you are nodding your head, rest assured, my fellow green thumb wannabes, you are not alone. In fact, you are part of a larger society of black-thumbed individuals who unintentionally engage in plant massacres every year. But do not despair. Today is your lucky day because I am about to reveal the ultimate guide to choosing the right plants for beginners. And trust me, this guide won't not just save your plants, it'll save your sanity. Now, I can hear your inner dialogue already. But gardening is so hard. How do people keep anything alive? I even killed a cactus once. Well, guess what? So did I. Yes, I, too, managed to take out one of the toughest plants in existence. A cactus, an actual desert survivor, wilted under my care. If that is not an achievement, I do not know what is. But do not worry, I am not just here to tell you my plant horror stories. I've since transformed from a plant serial killer into a gardening guru. And I am going to share all my hard-won wisdom with you today. By the time we are done, you will be able to walk into a garden center without hearing tiny plant screams of terror. Let's talk about flowers first. Let's start by discussing flowers, those innocent little bursts of color that can turn a sad, droopy yard into a vibrant paradise. If you are just starting out, there is no need to go all Monet with exotic orchids or finicky roses. No, no, no. You will want flowers that laugh in the face of neglect, flowers that practically thrive on your inattention. You know, the kinds of flowers that forgive you for watering them once a month, or for planting them in the wrong spot entirely. Some beginner-friendly flowers include marigolds, petunias, and zinnias. Let's take a closer look at marigolds, shall we? These golden beauties are like the Labrador retrievers of the plant world, friendly, dependable, and happy to see you even if you accidentally forget to feed them. They'll bloom, they'll brighten, they'll survive your watering mishaps, and still look cheerful enough to make your neighbors think you've got a secret green thumb. Next up, petunias. Petunias are like that one friend who's low maintenance and drama-free. These flowers are so easy to care for that even a plant serial killer could keep them alive. Trust me, I know. They come in a range of colors and shapes, and as long as you water them every now and then and give them some sunlight, they'll be totally fine. If plants could give high fives, petunias would be high-fiving you every morning for just showing up. And then there are the mighty zinnias, the unsung heroes of the flower kingdom. Zinnias are so tough they make the Terminator look fragile. They grow like crazy and they do not care if your soil is not the fanciest stuff. You could probably plant these things in gravel and they'd still give you a standing ovation with their big, bright blooms. Zinnias are perfect for anyone who struggles with consistency, which is a polite way of saying forgot to water again. The delicious world of vegetables. So, now that we have established that you can handle flowers, let's talk about vegetables. Vegetables. The food of the earth. Growing your own veggies is like being a kitchen magician. You plant a little seed, wave your watering can, and bam, you've got food growing in your yard. No need for a trip to the grocery store. Plus, homegrown vegetables taste better, which might make you wonder what you've been eating from the store all these years. Hint, sadness and missed potential. But if you are a beginner, you do not want to start with the complicated stuff like Brussels sprouts or artichokes that require a degree in botany and perhaps a personal therapist. No, what you need are vegetables that say, hey, buddy, we have got this. The ultimate veggie for newbies? Tomatoes. I swear, tomatoes were invented to make you feel like a successful gardener, even if your track record is worse than a reality show romance. They grow quickly, they produce an obscene amount of fruit, and they make you feel like a gardening genius. Side note, do you know how good fresh tomatoes taste? Store-bought tomatoes are like plastic replicas compared to the juicy, sweet, burst of sunshine flavor that you get from homegrown ones. Right alongside tomatoes are cucumbers. Cucumbers are like that one relative who brings you food even when you did not ask for it. Once they start growing, they'll keep producing cucumbers until you are practically begging them to stop. No more cucumbers, please, you will cry, while cucumbers continue to take over your garden. It is the kind of problem every beginner gardener dreams of having. And let us not forget the peppers, specifically bell peppers. Peppers are the best wingmen of the vegetable world. They come in a variety of bright colors, they are easy to grow, and they'll sit there looking cute in your garden, making you look like an experienced farmer. Plus, they add a crunch to your salads that will make you wonder why you ever bought peppers from the store. What if I forget to water my plants? Now, I know what you are thinking, but I've never been good at remembering to water my plants. What if I forget? What if I kill them? And to that, I say, welcome to the club. Forgetting to water your plants is the equivalent of leaving the stove on, except in this case, nobody's house burns down, and you can make amends with a good soak. So relax. Here's a pro tip, set a watering schedule. Trust me, your plants will thank you, and you will feel like you've really got your life together. Whether it is once a week or every other day, set an alarm, put it in your calendar, or write it on your forehead, whatever works to remind you that your leafy friends need a drink. Consistency is key, but even if you are a little inconsistent, these beginner-friendly plants won't not hold it against you. They are cool like that. Pay attention to your plants, they'll talk to you, sort of. Plants have a secret language. No, they are not going to tap out messages in Morse code, but they will give you signs. If you see wilting leaves, your plant is basically screaming, "Water me, for the love of chlorophyll." Yellowing leaves? That's a not so subtle hint that your plant is over it, literally. Overwatered plants tend to get yellow leaves as they drown in their own personal pool party. If you see pests nibbling away, it is time to intervene before your plant becomes an all-you-can-eat buffet for bugs. Your plants are constantly trying to communicate with you. Sure, they not send text messages, but if they could, they'd probably say something like, hey, could you maybe stop neglecting me? Thanks. By paying attention to these signs and being a plant detective, you can catch problems before they turn into full-blown plant emergencies. The myth of the green thumb, spoiler alert, it is a lie. Let me let you in on a little secret, there is no such thing as a green thumb. Yeah, I said it. You heard me. No one is born with magical gardening powers. Those people you see with thriving, lush gardens, they are just folks who practiced, messed up a lot, and kept going. They've killed their fair share of plants along the way, just like you and me. They've overwatered, underwatered, and accidentally let things shrivel up under the blazing sun. But they did not quit, and neither should you. Soil, the mysterious dirt that plants love. Let's talk about soil for a minute. Now, if you are like me when I started gardening, you probably thought soil was just, well, dirt. You know, the stuff that gets on your shoes when you walk outside. But oh no, my friends, soil is so much more than that. It is the magical cocktail of nutrients that plants drink up to grow big and strong. It is basically plant food in dirt form. And just like you would not eat cake for every meal, although that would be awesome, your plants not grow in junk soil. They need the good stuff. Here's the deal, good soil makes a huge difference in whether your plants thrive or flop. Think of it like a high-quality mattress for your plants to sleep on. If it is lumpy and terrible, they are not going to be happy. But if it is rich, full of nutrients, and well-draining, your plants are going to be so comfortable they'll be throwing out new leaves like confetti. Sunlight, the not-so-secret ingredient. Remember that thing in science class about plants needing sunlight to make food through photosynthesis? Yeah, that was not just a fun fact to fill up space in a textbook. Sunlight is like the energy drink of the plant world. Without it, your plants are just sitting there like, hello? We are starving. Make sure you plant them in spots. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Garden Pros for more gardening tips and tricks. Like, share, and leave a comment below with your favorite beginner-friendly plants. Happy gardening!